Hi there, Mike the Vegas guy here. Thank you for joining me once again for part 2 of my tutorial series on how tickets work, and more specifically for this video, how discounts work. Now that you've already watched the first chapter, you should have an understanding of where your money goes when you purchase tickets, how the shows make their money, and I've already started to explain the fact that shows and the show's producers are the ones who take the hit when they offer you discounts. You might be asking, why does a show offer a discount? I'm going to give away one of the biggest open secrets about shows in Las Vegas. As a general rule, shows in Las Vegas do not sell out. If they are going to sell out, they will sell out moments before the show starts, the day of the performance. But if you are looking to buy any ticket to any show in Vegas, if you are buying in advance, even just a couple days in advance, you are not going to have trouble finding tickets. The more popular shows, obviously, some of the best seats, those are going to fill up earlier. We're going to get into that later in the third installment on how seating works and when you go to purchase your tickets, where you should sit. Because shows in Las Vegas don't sell out, the shows are competing with each other for your business. Every show wishes they were selling out every single night. And there are some shows that do. There are many shows that on a Saturday night, Friday night, especially during the busy seasons, yes, shows still sell out. But if you know what you're looking for, if you know when to strike, you can find some pretty good deals for most shows in town. So let's start by breaking down what you should do to make sure you are getting the best price. If you do your homework, do a little research before buying tickets to any show. Even if you can't find a spectacular deal, you will at least be able to determine that you're getting the best price possible. Now, before I go any further, I just want to say, this video is for people who want to see shows on a budget. If you have money, just buy the full price tickets. You're the person that full price tickets are there for. I'm trying to help average everyday people get to see shows you might not otherwise be able to afford. That having been said, when you find discounted tickets, you are usually making some kind of concession to get that discount. If sitting exactly where you want to sit, getting the best possible seat, if you want to pick and choose every little detail of your experience, you are going to need to pay full price. Shows desperately want to fill every empty seat in their theater before the show starts, but simply put, they don't want every person in the world knowing they could get their tickets cheaper if they worked a little harder at it. Most shows rely on tourists, high rollers at the casino, people who have money to spare, people who have no limit on their credit cards. They rely on a significant portion of their audience coming from that demographic. People who want that VIP treatment. They want the best seats, the best of everything, the best experience out of their trip. And those people are going to walk right up to the box office, hand over their credit card, pay full price. They don't care about cost. And that is part of the ecosystem. It's a necessary part of the show ecosystem. And I'm not here to interrupt that. My videos are not for rich people. My videos are for people who need help finding a deal. So that having been said, let's break down step by step what you should do to make sure you're at least getting the best price. First and foremost, you are going to want to check and find out for sure what the full price of that ticket is, the non-discounted rate. You're going to want to go directly to the website of that show and scout out the full price. That means putting that ticket in the shopping cart, going to checkout, assessing the full cost, including all taxes and fees. That final ticket cost is the full price. Once you've established what that full price is, now you know what to look for when you're looking at any discounted rates, that anything under that full price rate is going to be a deal. You're going to save at least some money. Now, sometimes it's only $5, $10, $15. It might seem not that impressive, especially when show tickets cost upwards of $100. But if you are trying to save money, and let's say you're going to take another person, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, a family to a show, those $15 add up. So my next tip, if possible, the best way to double check that you are saving money is to go in person to an in-person box office, preferably the box office for the show you're trying to see. Now, that having been said, it's very possible that when you go to that box office, they are using Ticketmaster's system. They're going to quote you the full price. There are some venues, if they don't use Ticketmaster, they might not charge you certain fees, certain online processing fees. So it's always good to go in person. More importantly, in person, you can always ask, just ask if there are discounts. It never hurts to ask. Just be friendly, go right up and say, I've looked into the tickets, I know what the full price is, I'm wondering if you have any deals, do you have any discounts? And you might even want to rattle off any discounts that you might qualify for, whether you are a Las Vegas local, if you're a locals discount. Ask if the rewards club at that casino offers any discounts. A big hint, MGM resorts tend to offer discounts just for holding that card, whereas others do not. Always ask. They'll tell you, and they'll be honest with you. Box office agents are going to be honest with you because it saves everyone time. Box office agents really do want you to get the best deal. They want you to get tickets to a show. They want you to enjoy the show because it makes their life easier. I can tell you from my own experience, when I worked at a box office, when I was dealing with guests on a day-to-day basis, I knew that it was only going to make my life more difficult if later on they went to the show, had a miserable time, and then came back trying to ask for a refund. There are no refunds. Just putting that out there. So trust me when I say that when you go to a box office in person, they want to help you. They're going to help you. And the most important lesson I can teach you about that is believe what they're telling you when they tell you. Don't haggle. You're not going to be able to talk a box office agent down from whatever price they quoted you. If they quote you the full price and then you ask them for discounts and deals, if they tell you no, there are no discounts and deals, walk away. That's the end of it. Yes, you might still be able to find discounts and deals for that show, but that box office agent cannot offer them to you. You're going to find that there are multiple avenues in which to find discounts for shows. What you need to know is every one of these retailers makes their own separate individual deals with the producers of every show. It's very possible that 2 or 3 of these brokers are going to offer the exact same discount, but through a lot of red tape and paperwork, the producers have to make individual deals, individual contracts with these all separate companies. So even though you can look on your phone and find all of this information yourself, you can't show it to another retailer and say, offer me this price from this discount place. Box offices are not Walmart. Box offices do not price match. Now let's get into the discount ticket brokers. Often shows know that any butt in a seat, even if they are deeply discounting that ticket, is going to make them more money than an empty seat drawing $0 income. They also know that the casinos like to get their cut of those fees, even if the show itself is only going to make $5 or $10, clearing that in ticket sales on the base rate. If they've discounted it that heavily, you still have to pay that money to the casino and to Ticketmaster, etc. So when a show discounts their ticket that way, the landlord, the casino, they're getting their share anyway, and they're happy, even if the producer of that show is taking a hit. Now, in order to offer discounts, the producers of these shows have to make individual deals with every different discount broker in town. What you might not know is that when the shows do go through those individual third-party brokers, the ticket sales still have to go back through the official box office, often Ticketmaster. So when you go to a ticket booth on the sidewalk on the Las Vegas Strip and you purchase a ticket, you are giving your money to that company that owns the booth. That company is then sending over an invoice to the main box office for that venue at the show you're going to see. That official box office, someone is taking the order that came in from the discount booth and processing that ticket in Ticketmaster in order to give you your official ticket to the show. So usually when you go to one of these discount brokers, you have to jump through some hoops. The best part, I think, of having to jump through those hoops and having to go to the other box office, go to different booths and get that paper ticket is you're keeping actual human beings employed in box offices in this town. You've heard me use the phrase ticket booths several times now. Those of you in the know, if you've been to Vegas before, you know I'm probably referring to a series of discount ticket retailers that are located on the Strip known as Tix for Vegas. They used to be known as Tix for Tonight, Tickets for Tonight, depending on what corners of the internet you look at and which in-person signage you might find, it might still say Tix for Tonight. They used to be specifically in the business of selling shows for that very night. The day of, they would offer last-minute ticket deals. Now, of course, as you've learned so far, ticket deals are not necessarily date-specific anymore, and they have gone into the business of offering discounts for multiple days of the week. So now they just go by Tix for Vegas. I believe their website is actually called tix4.com, Tix and the number 4.com. They actually do have a website. They have far more discount offers if you visit their locations in person than they do offer online. But you can look at their website as well. But if you are in person, following my advice to go directly to an in-person box office, and you want to go to an in-person discount location, this is the one you want to go find. They have several locations if you look it up on their website. This is a company that makes individual deals with each and every show, and sometimes that involves doing a little footwork on your part to go visit the actual box office to claim your actual ticket to the show. Of course, many shows in town now do all digital online ticketing, and so if they do go through Tix4, they are also going to probably use a digital ticket, and you won't have to do as much legwork as you once did. But I did it recently, and they do still print out vouchers, so be prepared for that. That's the hoop you'll have to jump through, as it were, for getting a discount through Tix for Tonight. Now, the most prevalent website you may have heard of, probably heard of, is Vegas.com. They offer show tickets. They offer everything. They're basically an online concierge. They are a self-service concierge. You do all the work yourself. You go to their website. You order whatever you want. They do offer good deals. Now, keep in mind, they might add a couple dollars fee per ticket at the end of your order, but do the math. Put the tickets in your cart and see if it's a better deal than the full price. Always check Vegas.com. That's basically my rule of thumb. If you're going to check the full price on Ticketmaster, your second stop should be Vegas.com. Vegas.com, tickets for tonight, and going in person to the box office. Those are going to be your best options if there's a show that you absolutely want to see and you wish to get the best price. Now, on the other hand, maybe you're in the market for a show, but you don't know which show you want to see. Maybe you are in the market for a show that is the best discount, the best deal, and the deal that you get will help determine which show you want to see. Certainly, it can't hurt to go to those places I've already mentioned. But next you want to check out a couple of other sites. First of all is Groupon. Yep, Groupon is still a thing. Remember Groupon? Now, if you are already familiar with Groupon, but perhaps have never used it to purchase show tickets before, you're probably familiar with their gift certificate voucher style of doing business. It's often used for restaurants, and they have good restaurant deals on there for Vegas as well. Where you would book a meal, it'll say dinner for two for this price at this restaurant. And you'd have to get a voucher. Sometimes you'd print out that voucher or you bring it on your phone to the restaurant and they redeem your Groupon voucher for the meal that you're entitled to get. So when Vegas shows started using Groupon for show tickets, they were using the same format, basically selling you a voucher or a gift certificate for you to bring to the box office of that show and redeem for a specific date and time of the show you wish to see. This, of course, led to problems with guests not realizing that they did not have specific tickets for the specific date that they wanted until bringing their voucher to the box office to redeem it. Many shows still utilize this style of Groupon voucher. Of course, that caused a lot of problems for box offices all over Vegas, with thousands of people trying to redeem these Groupon vouchers the day of a show. They would start to sell out of the sections that they were offering these vouchers for. So Groupon actually partnered with Ticketmaster. So if you go to Groupon today, you will still find some shows that offer vouchers like they used to and continue to on Groupon, but you'll see others with a little button on the advertisement that says book online. You click that, it will take you to the show page. You will see, if you scroll down, the Ticketmaster logo, and they refer to it as G-Pass. I'm assuming it stands for Groupon Pass. They used to call it Groupon Live, which I thought was a lot more easy to recognize. But basically, if you get one of these that says G-Pass with the Ticketmaster logo, you will be booking an actual ticket to that show, to the date and time you choose right then and there before you pay your money to Groupon. The app will often show you the seating chart. You'll actually be able to choose the seats right there on the Groupon site, and you will get your digital ticket directly to your Groupon app that you take directly to the showroom. That is your actual ticket. You do all of your business with Groupon and you completely avoid having to do anything other than buy your ticket and take it straight to the showroom. It's almost just as good as going through Ticketmaster. Just be aware, some shows don't have that. So always read the fine print, especially when using Groupon. It will tell you that you're either booking your ticket. You'll obviously understand that you're choosing the date and time, or it will specifically tell you you are booking a voucher that you have to go to the box office and redeem. If you have that voucher, you do not have tickets until you go to the box office in person and redeem that Groupon for your tickets. The final one I want to talk about is a website called Goldstar.com. Goldstar is a website that's available nationwide, but they do have their own page for Vegas, and you will find a small selection of shows in Las Vegas that offer their tickets on Goldstar. Another one, you're going to have to make the reservation on Goldstar, then show up to the venue to collect your real tickets. But it's usually pretty simple. They're very reputable. It's a great website. And it's great for other cities across the country. It never hurts wherever you are, especially if you're in big markets, LA, Boston, Chicago, New York. It's a great website. You've probably heard of it. But if you haven't, that's what I'm here for. Now you know. Goldstar. Check it out. Now, those that I just listed, those are the main four. Those are the top four I personally use. Okay, I know some of you are probably saying, this is a lot of information. This sounds complicated. I don't want to do all that work. Well, I'm here to tell you it's really not that difficult to do this research to find the best deals for tickets. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. We're going to do it in real time. I'm going to get my phone, going to screen record and talk you through it. And I'm going to go through every single website in a matter of minutes. And I'll show you step by step in real time how to find those deals. Now, okay, I am cheating just a little bit. Obviously, I've done a lot of research on this topic. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to use the same show, a show I know ahead of time is available on every single one of those websites I just mentioned. So here we go. I'm going to get my phone. I'm looking at tickets for the Eddie Griffin show at the Sax Theater. Okay, so here we are. I'm starting off on Ticketmaster's website, and I'm going to look up Eddie Griffin, and I'm going to try and spell it right the first time. We're going to search for that. Okay, here we go. Top suggestions. He does go on tour in addition to his Las Vegas residency, so you want to click Eddie Griffin Las Vegas. It's listed as a different show. Here we are. And I'm going to click on the most recent show. And it's listing, I'm going to select one ticket just for the purposes of this so you can see the price. And I'm going to use the lowest price for every one of these because usually the discount sites will advertise the lowest rate when you go to their website. Sometimes they don't offer every ticket type and every price. Again, I'm cheating. This is a show that I know does offer the same thing on every single broker. So just for the purposes of this, we're showing you, we're going to use general admission. There it is. Eddie Griffin, Las Vegas. Pardon me while I scroll all the way to the bottom. And of course, you have to tap this little arrow to show you the ticket breakdown. Of course, now it's telling you $101.28 is the full price. $79.98 standard ticket base rate, $10 service fee, $5 order processing fee, and the 9% LET, live entertainment tax, $6.30. That, of course, is based off of $69.98. For a total of $101.28. That is the full price. That's the all-inclusive price with the taxes and fees. Like I say, you can't escape those. Now you know what the top ticket rate is. Now, some of you who are savvy Las Vegas showgoers, you're going to say, hey, Mike, the Saks Theater has their own separate box office. You are correct. They have a separate box office. They do not use Ticketmaster. Like I've told you in the previous video, there are some ways to get out of those fees when a broker does not utilize Ticketmaster. I'm going to show you how I Google this because some people need to be shown how to Google things. V Theater, this is what comes up. Click on this website button right there. This is the V Theater and Saks Theater. This is their website. They allow you to buy directly through them and not. So I hit the top menu button. Eddie Griffin is one of their shows. There we are. Get tickets now. And we're going to scroll a bit here. Now they're saying $79.99 is the lowest ticket rate. I'm just going to tap on his show there. This will even show you the seating chart. And it breaks down the VIP center, side, and general admission. Again, we're going for the general admission. I'm going to click on that same exact date. I'm going to click on general admission. And we're going to hit buy now. Okay, and now that we've reached our shopping cart, now it's telling you live entertainment tax 9% off of $84.99. $92.64. So that is without going through Ticketmaster. They are offering their tickets on Ticketmaster because obviously it's the #1 ticket broker in the world and they want to offer their tickets for sale on that website, but they have their own box office. You can get out of about $8 and change. $92.64 versus $101 and change. What did we say back there? So this is going to be the top ticket price for a general admission ticket. If you were to walk up to the Saks Theater at Planet Hollywood in person, not going through Ticketmaster, $92.64 is the full price of an $84.99 general admission ticket. Now we are going to go to vegas.com. And now we're going to search for, we're going to hit this search button. You just have to type in Eddie. Here he comes at the top, Eddie Griffin. They're offering tickets as low as $62. That's, of course, before their service charges. I'm going to scroll down, and you'll see the Book Now button. We're going to select that Monday, February 5th, the exact same show we looked at the other two websites. They are breaking down all of they sell every section here. VIP meet and greet for $130.99. I'm going to select one ticket, buy now. Here we are, and we scroll down all the way to the bottom, and there we are. The fees included, $83.63. Not a bad deal. Now we're going to go Goldstar Las Vegas. I'm just going to hit that search icon, type in Eddie. It only put in 3 letters and it brought up Eddie Griffin. They're advertising $74.99. Get tickets from $75. Here we are. Showing us again Monday the 5th. Again, this is offering the different tiers. VIP, 104, VIP side, 94. General admission in the rear of the theater. It's a small theater. Nothing wrong with any of the seats here. $74.99. Let's see what that adds up to. Here we are, $74.99, $10 service fee. Total of $85. $10.01 service fee versus $74.99. They just made that up so you could pay an even dollar amount. Isn't that wonderful? Again, these service fees are just what that website is going to charge you. But still, $85 instead of $92 for Saks Theater's website. $101 on Ticketmaster. So not bad, still a savings, $85. Looks like $85 is going to be the going rate that we see. Now let's go, last but not least, to Groupon. I'm just going to straight up type in Eddie, just the name Eddie Griffin. Now this is saying $69.99. Notice this does not say book online, book now. And it says through 12/31/2024. So you are buying a voucher. You have to bring an old-fashioned Groupon voucher to their box office in order to redeem your ticket. I put it in the cart, $69.99. Let's scroll down. $69.99 is the final cost. Isn't that interesting? You are buying a voucher. You're not buying a ticket directly from this website. Therefore, they're not charging you ticketing fees. And that's all you're going to pay. You're going to take it to the box office. This is going to be the best deal, $69.99 after all those websites. And how long did that take? About 5 minutes, give or take. You could do this while you're waiting in line at the front desk, waiting to check in at your hotel. So there you go. As I said, not every show is going to be available on every single one of those platforms, but you should always just check them. Type in the name of that show and search for it. If it doesn't come up, you don't have to keep looking. You'll know it's probably not going to be on Groupon or Goldstar, etc. But that's a great way to save $30 on a ticket to Eddie Griffin. But again, those come and go. Even though that discount is available now, they might sell out of it. They might change their mind. Prices might go up. The big lesson you need to learn here is don't count on discounts always being there. Sometimes they are time sensitive. So now hopefully you have a better idea on how to find discounts for shows. You know you have to put in a little effort, but your effort will often be rewarded with at least some savings from the full Ticketmaster rate. Is there anything I left out? Do you have any questions? Please leave them in the comments. I hope to do a follow-up video in the future. If you have more pressing questions, you can subscribe to my Patreon account. That's where I talk directly to viewers in real time. If you have questions, I'm happy to help with your vacation planning needs. It's $5 a month, help support my channel. Again, I'm not sponsored by any of the ticket brokers. I'm not sponsored by any of the shows that I've mentioned. I'm not affiliated with anyone. I'm giving my own personal, honest opinions. And again, some of this information may change in the future. Stay tuned for my next installment, how seating works. Now that you know where to go, how to buy your tickets, if you are going to get reserved seats, how do you buy tickets for a show that you haven't been in the room, you don't know what the stage looks like? I'm going to cover that and more in my next installment. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike the Vegas Guy.